Hey gang, Misti here. I am a transformational business coach, which means I help you link your big, beautiful purpose in this world to actual income with visibility and marketing and sales, all in ways you actually love. Who knew? Today's talk is all about the 5 things I wish I knew when I started my business that really blocked my money. And I have now been in business for almost 8 years. In January, oh my God, it'll be 8 years in January. Holy moly. And there are 5 things I wish I knew when I got started that would have made me a whole lot smarter. I'm going to share those things with you right now. Okay, so the first thing I really wish I knew when I started my business was how important it is that you take care of yourself. One of the things that, I thought when I was coming up in the business world is that it was just 100% about business strategy. That if you had, I actually went around searching for the perfect business strategy because I thought it existed, and I kept looking for it with this person and this coach and this entrepreneur. And you know what I found out it really is? My number one business strategy is 100% my self-care. It's how I take care of myself every day. Because the reality of this work is, especially if you're a coach, especially if you're a healer, I was just talking to a client about this 5 minutes ago before I started making this video. But if you are a coach or a healer, your job all day is to work in people's energy. Okay? And if you are exhausted, overwhelmed, any of those emotions that are lower down on the vibration scale, it makes doing this work, stepping outside of your comfort zone, taking action over time to continue to do it even when it feels scary. It makes all of this so much more difficult if you aren't taking care of yourself first. And what I will tell you is that every time I have a client who's not taking care of themselves, they're also the clients who aren't taking action, okay? Those 2 things are inextricably linked. So I always say my number one business strategy, the thing I really wish I knew most, was that self-care is really the most important thing. It just is. It just is. And when I say what kind of self-care, it doesn't matter. Whatever fills you back up. That's the best thing. Could be cooking, could be soccer, could be it could be racing, could be climbing, could be yoga, could be meditation. It really doesn't matter what it is. Whatever it is, as long as it fills you up and makes you feel happier, more connected, more loved, more whatever. Okay? That's it. My number 2 business strategy, or my number 2 thing I wish I would have known when I started a business, is that there is no perfect business strategy. There is no perfect business strategy, okay? Again, like I said in the beginning, I kept looking under all these rocks. I'm like, is it that way? Is it that way? What strategy is it? It doesn't matter. You know what? There are a million business strategies out in the world. What is most important is that you love the one you're doing. Why? Because you have to do it. How likely are you to take action repeatedly over time doing something you don't love? How are you going to keep doing it? That's why people always say, if you're going to start a business, it better be about something you're really passionate about, because you have to do it so much, okay? So I always say there is no perfect business strategy in this world. There just isn't. The perfect business strategy is the one you want to keep doing over and over again. Okay? It probably, which then leads to my number 3 thing I wish I knew when I started my business. Okay? The first time you try something, it's probably not going to work. That's just a reality, okay? You should see some of the stuff I've tried over the course of my business. Many of those things have not worked. But you know what has worked? The things I've continued to iterate over time. Meaning, I had an idea I really loved and I tried it, and then I tried it again. And I made some changes and I tried it again. And I made some changes and I tried it again. And I made some changes and I tried it again. And those are the things Those are the things that I continually iterate and make better and refine and spend time with. Those are the things that succeed in my business. Not because I found the perfect idea from scratch that I was bestowed upon by my higher self, which does in fact true happen. That does happen. But the things that actually work are the things that I have refined and fixed and gotten feedback on and spent time with my clients in over time. Those are the things that always work. Okay? So thinking that success will be had at the first go of something is a falsehood. I really wish that I would have understood when I started my business, because actually it's just a whole lot of iterating. Okay? Which means just refining, getting it better, making it better. All right, that's number 3. Number 4, this work, being an entrepreneur, the number 4 thing I wish I would have known is sometimes it takes time to cook on an idea. You know, we always really, especially if you run in spiritual circles, which I do, we talk about manifestation all the time, and you are a powerhouse in manifestation if you can make $10,000 in 2 days. I just don't really think that's the way that kind of thing happens. I think my experience is that you can make $10,000 in 2 days. It's very doable. But more importantly than trying to manifest a ton of money in a short period of time, I think the far more realistic and actually the active creation process is that you have a big idea that's super exciting, and then you hold that idea and just keep taking action on it over time instead of trying to make your super successful business happen in a day or two. Like allowing yourself time through the act of creation, allowing yourself to create the thing is a huge thing I wish I would have given myself at the beginning of my business. I felt under this belief. I think it comes through like media and, entrepreneur.com and maybe even Tony Robbins, that I don't actually think he would say this, but that there's some belief out there that this entrepreneur thing is about making it happen in like 2 days and then you're a millionaire. And I find that the reality is far more, like I said in step 3, it's an iterative process. But I also find that like the act of creation is a lot more fun if you allow yourself time. And usually the first hit you have of an idea isn't its ready spot. That's just gets you excited about continuing to take action. So I would say number 4 is if you have a big idea, allow yourself time to make it happen. Don't try to make it happen, overnight. A lot of people get into entrepreneurship are all about the result, and that is important. I am 100% results driven. I talk about results in my work. That's the thing that drives my work, okay? But if you don't enjoy the process at all, especially for my ideal clients, which are really heart-centered, lovey-dovey coaches and healers who are just trying to serve in the world, and their business is the way that they do that. Enjoying the process is really important. Actually kind of goes back to step number 2, which is like love it. Again, love it. Love what you're doing every day. That's even fine that it shows up twice because that's how important it is. All right? So allow yourself time to do this. Don't be in such a freaking hurry. And this even leads into number 5, which is if you need to get investors, which means a job, it's okay. I mean, I had a job full time up until 3 years ago. So the first 5 years of my business, I had a full-time job and I did this. Okay? So A lot of people look at having to go get a job as failing, and I don't see it like that at all. Quite frankly, if you need an investor, then do that because that helps you serve in the long run. Okay? And if we don't have you out there serving, then we don't get the benefit of your work. And we need you out there right now doing your work in the world. We couldn't need it more. Okay? So those are the 5 things I wish I knew when I started my business. It's okay to get an investor, a job. Okay? That's not a failure. It's just you needing more money, and sometimes getting a business started doesn't take a day. Okay? I will tell you that 9,000% of the time it does not take a day. Okay? Number 4, allow yourself the act of creation. You're going to have big ideas. Don't try to make them happen overnight. Just take the next action and then the next action. All right? It's so important. All right, guys. That's it for today. Those are the 5 things I wish I knew. And if you think those are helpful for you at all, I would love to hear in the comments box below. Please do let me know. And I hope you have an amazing day. And by the way, if I didn't cover something that you think is essential for entrepreneurs to know, then please pop it in the comments box below. Also remember to hit subscribe and hit that little ding bell so that the next time I pop out a video on a Tuesday or a Thursday, you'll be notified when it comes out. All right, guys, thanks so much. Oh, by the way, also, if you are new to my channel, I have a freebie in the link, or there's a link below in the comments box. 25 ways to start to build momentum in your business, even if you're starting from scratch. Okay, so 25 things you can use to get that energy and money flowing in your business again, even if you feel like you're starting from zero. Okay? It's completely possible. It just needs you taking action again and again and again and again. And I've got 25 ways for you to do it. So please go click that link and get a copy of it for yourself and your business. All right, light workers, healers, and coaches, I love you. Have an amazing day. I'll see you guys on the flip side. Bye.